A happy new year to you, everybody, and hopefully 2021 will be a much better year than what 2020 gave us. So we got here another update video just to give you guys a rough idea as to what's coming out this year. So starting off, we got the Hyrule Warriors Age of Calamity video next time. I'm currently working on that, and then immediately afterwards, we're going to start the Fire Emblem marathon, starting with the Shadow Dragon and the Blade of Light for the Famicom. I know in the last update video I said it was only mainly going to be a Western retrospective, but Shadow Dragon and the Blade of Light did recently come out for the Switch. It's been translated by Nintendo themselves, but yeah, of course it has to be a limited release, or a limited time release, I should say, similar to what they did with Mario 3D All-Stars. So in case you are interested in that, I would definitely get that now. But yeah, it's mainly an interesting piece of history from what I've played so far. I'm about 18 chapters in, close to the end. Yeah, and it's not aged well. I can already tell you that much, but it's an interesting piece of history anyway from the Famicom era, and it's cool to see a Japanese release finally come over to the West. So yeah, I am sort of cheating a bit with the Western retrospective rules, but yeah, you know, it's finally come to the West, so we're going to talk about that first, and then we'll work our way up from Blazing Blade onwards, because that's when everybody else got the Fire Emblem games. So yeah, there's the Fire Emblem marathon, all in all anyway. And yeah, in terms of the spin-offs, I'm going to be doing not Hyrule Warriors, Fire Emblem Warriors. Yeah, and then I'm sort of debating about this one, because I'm not sure if I should add Tokyo Mirage Sessions in there as well. A couple of you have said on my Twitter page that I should, but it's primarily a Persona game / Shin Megami Tensei game first, and the Fire Emblem stuff is kind of on the side. Granted, like, I'm only just starting Chapter 6, which is pretty damn far into the game, so I don't know if there's maybe going to be, like, some sort of twist that, like, you know, it's going to take place in the Fire Emblem universe or something. But I don't know, at least with Warriors you could control the Fire Emblem characters, and it took place in the world, and you know, it has some of the Fire Emblem aspects in there, like the support system and the weapons triangle. But Tokyo Mirage Sessions it stars an entirely different cast, and it's also set in Shibuya, which is a real place. So it's not even set in any of the Fire Emblem universes. So that's why I'm a sort of going back and forth as to whether or not I should review it. But I'll let you guys decide whether I should put it in the marathon, because yeah, I will review it at some point, but just not sure whether I should put it in the marathon or not. So leave a comment down below. Let me know if you think I should do Tokyo Mirage Sessions as well. And speaking of Tokyo Mirage Sessions, I'm going to answer a question that a number of you have been asking me ever since I finished the Persona reviews. When am I going to review Shin Megami Tensei? Oh, God, I think I've been getting requests to do them since I want to say the spin-off marathon, or perhaps the Persona 5 Royal review. But yeah, I've been getting requests for a while as to when I'm going to be doing the Shin Megami Tensei games. And the answer to that is I honestly don't know. I do plan on reviewing them eventually, yes. Especially when Shin Megami Tensei III Nocturne HD comes out later this year. And I think Shin Megami Tensei 5 is set to release this year as well. But yeah, given how long that game has been taking to get done, I don't know if it's going to get delayed again or not. Not to mention, we've also got Persona 5 Strikers coming next month as well, and you bet your ass I'm going to be reviewing that. Yeah, I honestly don't know when Shin Megami Tensei is ever going to be done. But yes, I'll probably be starting off with either Nocturne or Shin Megami Tensei If, which is a Japanese only release, but which again, I don't really tend to do, but that one did inspire the Persona series, so I do want to talk about that one at some point as well. But I imagine Nocturne is probably going to be first in celebration of the re-release for the Switch soon. It should be coming out in spring, I believe. But truth be told, folks, I'm kind of reluctant to do the Shin Megami Tensei games right now because the fan base for it, as far as I've seen across the internet, is not the most welcoming. They really hate it when you talk about Persona, and they are super salty that their series of games isn't as popular as Persona. And you know what? I get it. It's frustrating to see, but yeah, just think they can get so angry at you for like no reason. I'm not saying all Shin Megami Tensei fans are like this, and yeah, the Persona fan base is not free of toxicity as well, because trust me, it isn't. It really isn't. But yeah, I see a greater effect on it more on the Shin Megami Tensei fan base than I do Persona's, and because of that, yeah, I'm worried about what's gonna happen, because I've given a slightly different opinion to the general norms on certain games before, like with Yakuza 0, and Devil May Cry 5 to some degree, but more on the story than the gameplay. But yeah, and people just did not like it. They did not want me speaking bad about these games, even though, especially with Devil May Cry 5 and Yakuza 0, I'd like to think I was pretty fair. I wasn't, completely bashing on the game. I actually had a lot of positive things to say about those games, but because I didn't say something like Yakuza 0 was the best one in the series, several people did like it. That's fine. They were appreciating the honesty, and I'm great for that. It's grateful for that. Thank you. But yeah, not everybody was going to be happy about it. So yeah, which I kind of knew going in anyway. But then that's kind of the same with Shin Megami Tensei. I know that not everybody's going to be happy with the opinion I might make about them, because yeah, for already I'm sort of put off by how apparently buffs are necessary to completing the game. Which, yeah, some people did make fun of me for in the Persona 2 Eternal Punishment video when I was complaining about how I needed Makakaja to defeat this one certain boss. And yeah, the people were just saying, "Oh my god, you didn't know that buffs were necessary for a Shin Megami Tensei game?" It's like, no, I haven't played them. I'm sorry, I am so uninformed. But yeah, that's sort of thing that's putting me off of doing them. Just like, yeah, the reactions I get from some people, and just the idea that the buffs are necessary. Because like with Persona, like, I usually keep the buffs anyway in Persona games, but I don't feel as if I need to have them. But if I know that I have to use them at some point in a Shin Megami Tensei game, then yeah, that sounds completely bullshit. Like it's necessary to completing the game. It's, why do that? Just why do that? Why not just make a fair challenge? But yeah, granted, I can't really say anything as of yet because I haven't actually properly played any of the games. I did a little bit of Digital Devil Saga, but that's it. I haven't played any of the others, so it's not really right for me to judge the games as of now. But yeah, I'm just saying, like, going in, it's probably not going to be what you'd expect, like, in terms of what I think of the games. So just bear that in mind, and let's be civil about it, especially if you happen to be either a really big fan of Persona or a really big fan of Shin Megami Tensei. Yeah, sorry for the long-winded speech there. So yeah, the only other thing I would want to talk about is I mentioned in the last update video that I was going to do a dual marathon of sorts, between the Fire Emblem marathon and a marathon of sequels to games that I already covered, but just never got around to doing the follow-up reviews. But I didn't really get a lot of buzz for the sequels marathon, so I don't think I'm going to be bothering with that now, because yeah, it just seems like too much time and energy is going to be wasted for something that's probably not going to get a lot of views. But I'll maybe consider doing them like in between the Fire Emblem marathon, particularly games like Shenmue 2, which I do want to talk about at some point. But yeah, that's like more people generally seemed more excited for the Fire Emblem marathon, which yeah, I'm happy. I'm happy for that. So I think it's probably for the best anyway that I don't do a dual marathon as of now. I'm probably not popular enough yet for that sort of thing. And I think I'd rather just dedicate all of my time and energy to the Fire Emblem marathon and making those videos good. Uh, yeah, and I hope you guys enjoy them when I do get around to them when we start them next time, and do future videos from there onwards. Yeah, in terms of the games I'm gonna put in between the marathon, it's I really don't have much of a plan for it. I'm probably just gonna pick from a hat and read out the name of a game and do that. Probably something like Prince of Persia: Sands of Time, because we got the remake coming out soon, and at some point I need to do Metroid Prime Federation Force as well. So it's that sort of idea there. So it's just going to be an entirely random game to put in between the marathon and break it up for people who don't really care about Fire Emblem and are only basing it on the amount of Smash Brothers characters there are. But anyway, folks, sorry to keep dragging this video on and on. I just wanted to give a quick update video for the new year, just to give you guys a heads up as to what's coming up, and also to thank you for your support during 2020, especially with the Persona reviews. I'm so glad to see that they've become some of my most popular videos. It really does bring a smile to my face, and I hope that support continues during 2021, and you'll enjoy the videos coming out this year. So with all said and done, thank you guys very much for watching this video and for subscribing to my channel. Hope you guys stay safe, stay healthy, and take care of yourselves.